Dear students, welcome to this class of Indian political thought. In the last class, we discussed the life and times of Gandhi as a political activist. Today we are going to discuss the second part of Gandhi, which is Hind Swaraj, a book that was written by Gandhi. We have known Gandhiji as the father of our nation, as a political activist, as a social reformer, but one aspect of his personality that remains relatively hidden is his identity of a writer. He has written not only books but also been the editor of a number of journals. Some of his books are his autobiography, which is known as My Experiments with Truth, Satyana Prayoga, Athava Atmakatha. Then Satyagraha in South Africa. In Gujarati, it was written as Dakshin Africana Satyagrahano Itihas. Then Hind Swaraj, that we are going to study today. Mangal Prabhat, Arogyani Chavi, which is key to health. Then constructive program, its meanings and pledge. Then ashram, observations and action, to name a few. He has also been the editor of many of the journals, and he used to edit the journals personally, giving time to each and every article that was published. These journals included Indian Opinion, Young India, Navjivan, Harijan, Harijan Bandhu, Harijan Sevak. Hind Swaraj or Indian Home Rule is a book written by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi in 1909. In this book, he expresses his views on various relevant issues of the time. He is particularly critical of the Western materialist civilization along with its industrialization, parliamentary democratic system, and focus on what he thinks as distancing the individual from the nature and naturalness of life. This book was banned in 1910 by the British government in India, as it considered this book as a seditious text. Hind Swaraj or Indian Home Rule was written by Mohandas Gandhi in 1909, first in Gujarati, and it was translated into English much later. The book had the following theme: home rule is self-rule, passive resistance, Swadeshi, rejection of Western civilization. Hind Swaraj takes the form of a dialogue between two characters, the reader and the editor. The reader essentially serves as the typical Indian countryman who voices the common beliefs and arguments of the time. As the editor, Gandhi states, "It is my duty patiently to try to remove your prejudice." The book is divided into 20 short sections. Among the many topics are the Indian National Congress, which was a very important platform for movement during that period, partition of Bengal, discontent and unrest, what is Swaraj, condition of England, why was India lost, passive resistance. Now let's turn our attention towards the main themes of the book. In this book, Gandhi makes a number of arguments. One of the most important arguments that he makes is home rule is self-rule. Gandhi also argues that independence in India is only possible through passive resistance. To exert passive resistance, Gandhi reasons that Swadeshi or self-reliance be exercised by Indians, meaning the refusal of all trade and dealings with the British. Finally, Gandhi argues that India will never be free unless it rejects Western civilization itself. He also argues that it is not enough for the British to leave, only for Indians to adopt a British style society. As he puts it, some want English rule without the Englishmen. That is to say, they would make India English. And when it becomes English, it will be called not Hindustan but Englistan. This is not the Swaraj that I want, Gandhi says. Gandhi is convinced that the Indian independence is only possible through passive resistance. In fact, more than denouncing violence, Gandhi argues that it is counterproductive. Instead, he believes the force of love and pity is infinitely greater than the force of arms. There is harm in the exercise of brute force, never in that of pity. This is essential throughout Hind Swaraj. He addresses the English when he states, if you do not concede to our demand, we shall no longer be your petitioners. You can govern us only so long as we remain the governed. We shall no longer have any dealings with you. Gandhi makes an intriguing argument here. If the British want India for trade, remove trade from the equation. In the text, he is deeply critical of Western civilization, claiming India is being ground down, not under the English heel, but under the modern civilization. He speaks about civilization not just in relation to India though. He argues that Western civilization is such that one has only to be patient and it will be self-destroyed. It is a profound repudiation. Not only is Western civilization unhealthy for India, but Western civilization is by its own virtue unhealthy. Given his stance against the Western medicine, Western systems such as legal system, which is one of skepticism actually, it is often considered that Gandhi is anti-science and anti-reason. He makes his point clear by asking, does your science have all the answers? Is it really perfect in all aspects? Machines are mere tools, according to Gandhi, not our masters. It is machinery that has impoverished India, Gandhi believed. Neither railways nor hospitals are a test of high or pure civilization. At best, they are a necessary evil. He also goes on to say that my firm opinion is that the lawyers have enslaved India, have accentuated Hindu Mohammedan dissensions and have confirmed English authority. Sometimes I think that quacks are better than highly qualified doctors. Hind Swaraj, in a sense, is designed to counter the generally held view that modern industrial civilizations mark a quantum jump in human progress. Gandhi debunked this civilization as satanic. People all over the world like it because they have developed a materialistic bent of mind. He gave the outline of a truly modern civilization that would ensure happiness for man and take him forward on the path of his destiny. Gandhi gave primacy to spiritual development of man. By spiritual development, he meant moral and ethical progress. Gandhi indicts modern civilization as immoral and therefore anti-developmental. Gandhi was critical of modern industrial civilization on several counts. He branded it as satanic. Elsewhere, he labeled it as a disease requiring an urgent cure. He even called it a civilization only in name. Under it, the nations of Europe are becoming degraded and ruined day by day. Hind Swaraj represents a moral condemnation of the modern civilization. Therefore, it is all the more penetrating, compelling, and unsettling. The sensibility underlying Hind Swaraj has its roots not in the intellectual but in the moral. As such, what is thus essentially a moral sensibility cannot be fully grasped by intellectual efforts alone. No doubt, intellectual effort is necessary to make clear what is only dimly perceived and to provide a rationale to what is only clear to one's innermost being. But this intellectual effort will bear fruit only after it has been touched with the transforming illumination of moral sensibility. Hind Swaraj must be read as a book showing way to most ills that India in particular and the world in general are facing. While reading, one must not prejudge the book. One must read it with an open mind. It is a must read, yes, for all Indians. Thank you. With this, we complete the course of Indian political thought. I again urge each student to write in the comment section any questions they have regarding any part of this syllabus. I welcome all kinds of suggestions which will help us to give you better service. We are doing these online lectures as a part of our duty of teaching you, and I really hope that you are also taking it that way and studying. Please do study, please stay at home, please stay healthy, take care of your family members. Thank you so much.